Alright, so this is my short ISP right here. We got the electric car controlled by a pot that comes over here. We have 3 buttons, one for tail lights, brake lights, a buzzer, which is my horn, and a set of headlights. I'll just do a quick walk around from the outside demo, and then I'll take it off and show you the inside. So this is the outside. You can see the little plexiglass window, cut out for some headlights. Then we have RSGC paint on the side. Those are my wheels with some some electrical tape on the outside just to give it some extra stability. You come around the back of it, and you can see there's some holes for my brake lights right in there. I'll give you a quick demo. So here's the car going backwards. Just going forwards now, and if you wanna use my fancy things I added, there's a little button to, my horn button to, if the guy in front of you is driving a little slow, you honk the horn a little bit, or if you wanna flash them with your high beams, that's a perfect use for those. And then at the back, there's brake lights. And yeah, so I'll show you the inside now. The inside is rather straightforward. We have my Arduino that supplies the code for my H-bridge, which powers my motor forwards and backwards, and then there's brake. Over here we have a little buzzer hooked up to my button on my remote. That's my good old horn. At the back, you can see there the 2 taillights. One right up there, one over there. And then, it's kind of hard to show you, but they're the front headlights. This is my frame. I designed that in ViaCAD, 3D printed that. Here are my wheels I 3D printed in ViaCAD. And here are the gears I 3D printed in ViaCAD, which were too small. So I had to use ones I bought earlier. This is my motor. These have 2 bearings in them each. Wooden dowel to go spread across. Yeah, that's my design. I was pretty happy with it. Alright, so for the code aspect of my project, I have the code right here. The code is for the H-bridge, which controls the motor. Here we go. We have just declaring stuff, pins on the chip. This is for the pot. This is also for output stuff. Here we go. Down here in void setup, we have pin mode. These are all output, and then this is the only one that's input, which is analog. The code down here pretty straightforward. Down here I've made some functions just so I don't have to have all this stuff embedded in my code. This is to go forward. So at first it's low, then high, then low, and then it reads the rate. Same thing here. These are all low, and then that's high just because it's brake, so it's not going anywhere. It's very straightforward. So you take the analog read value, and if it's greater than 256, that's forward motion, and you have to map it. So this is what the pot brings in, and this is what the Arduino looks at. So you just have to map the values. If it's less than 462, then it goes in reverse. Once again, mapping everything. And then lastly is brake, which is right, like if it's whatever it is between 562 and 462 is the brake value. So that is the code aspect. It's pretty straightforward in my opinion. Then I just want to quickly show you my VCAD stuff. This is the car body I had designed. This is my chassis right here. We have the little indents in the frame. This is where the axles lie. Same as back here. There's another indent here and in the floor because one gear sits on the rear axle and that glows below this floor surface right here, so I put in an extra indent so it wouldn't grind against anything. And this one, as if you looked at the first part of the video, you can see the gear has a big diameter, so it goes into the floor, so that's why I took a notch out of there. If we go over to here, you can see one of the wheels I had created. It's a rather straightforward wheel, a little disc. You cut out the get rid of the inside, add a little post with a hole in it so you can stick the dowel in it. When doing this, I actually heated up the plastic so it got a little soft, and I stuck the post in and it like stuck the plastic to the post, so that was just quite interesting way of doing it. Here's the gears I had made. Once again, I was quite proud with those. I was quite proud with these that I made. It actually took me quite a long time. And they're quite interesting actually. This is the bigger gear. This has more teeth than this one. And the reason I didn't use these in my project is because I kind of screwed up a little bit. And I made them way too small. So I didn't have time to print them again and make them bigger. So I just printed them and showed everyone what I was going for. And then here are two rods that I didn't actually end up using just because, first of all, they were a little small, and second of all, they're kind of flexible, so I didn't think they'd be able to withstand the weight of my truck. So yeah, that's my code aspect and my VCAD part for the build. Thank you.